Welcome back, all of you, to the online class of biology. So, in the last video, we have studied about the process of translation, isn't it? Sorry, transcription. What is transcription? The process by which RNA molecule is made from DNA, isn't it? So, I told you how it happens, isn't it? By the process of initiation, elongation, and termination. Okay. So, the next process is what? It is translation, the process by which protein molecules are made from RNA, isn't it? And for this, to understand this more better, we need to study some topics like cistern, processing of RNA, types of RNA, etc. Okay. So, all of you have heard about genes. What are genes? They are what? Part of DNA, isn't it? Functional unit of inheritance, likewise, we have studied. So, to be more specific, okay, genes are what? Genes are the nucleotide sequences in DNA, isn't it? And in DNA, DNA will be transcribed to what? RNA, isn't it? So, the cistern means it is the DNA sequence, okay? It is the or sequence of a DNA or segment of DNA which is coding for a polypeptide. Clear? So you have learned about in the transcription unit there will be promoter site, structural genes, and terminator region. So in the structural genes, they are actually transcribed, isn't it? Promoter region gives what? A space for attachment of RNA polymerase, and terminator region helps in the stopping of RNA synthesis. Okay, so structural genes, or which are really responsible for the production of a polypeptide chain, that part is known as what? Cistern. Okay, so cistern is what? The part of DNA or segment of DNA which is responsible for the coding for a polypeptide chain. Okay, so the structural gene in a transcription unit of a eukaryotic cell is monocistronic. Mono means what? Only one. Okay, monocistronic means in a eukaryotic cell. Okay, so just imagine a DNA, it will have many genes, and this genes will have what? Promoter site, structural genes, isn't it, and regulator genes. All this together will form the transcription unit. And in this structural genes, clear, the eukaryotic cells will have only one cistern. What is a cistern? Cistern is a segment that is actually or really translated to a polypeptide chain. Okay. On the other hand, in a prokaryotic cell, the structural genes, okay, of a transcription unit is polycistronic. What do you mean by polycistronic? Many cisterns are there. Many cisterns. Clear? Many cisterns will be there. Means many type of what? Polypeptide chains can be translated by a single cistern. Okay, cistern of prokaryotic cell. So prokaryotic cell is having what? Prokaryotic cell is having polycistronic structural gene. Polycistronic means what? They, in the structural gene, they can code for many polypeptide chain. But in eukaryotes, there will be what? In a cistern, there will be in a structural gene, there will be only one cistern. Okay, so that is the difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell in case of what? Transcription unit can be asked. Okay, so what is that is in eukaryotic cell, okay, the structural genes are monocistronic. Okay, and in prokaryotes, okay, they are polycistronic. Is it clear? Then another feature, okay, of what? Cistern, or of the structural genes of eukaryote and prokaryote. Okay, in eukaryotic cells, okay, or structural genes, this monocistronic genes are having two types of Okay, means genes. They are having two different types of nucleotide sequences. One is known as the exon, okay, and the other is known as the intron. Okay, exon and introns are there. Okay, exons. Okay, exons and introns are there in where? In eukaryotic monocystronic structural genes. So, what do you mean by this exons and introns? Exons are actually the genes which are able to express, okay, as what? Polypeptide chain. Means in the structural genes, some part of the genes are not able to produce what? The or they are not able to code for the amino acids. Okay, they are simply there. Okay, that part which are not coded are known as introns. Okay, they are known as introns, and those which are coding are known as exons. So in the eukaryotes, okay, monocystronic structural genes, they are having what? Both exons and introns, and this arrangement is known as split gene arrangement. So what are split gene arrangement? In the structural genes of eukaryotes, okay, some part they are responsible for coding amino acids, and that part are known as what? Exons. Okay, exons. And the part which is not able to code, they are known as introns. So exons and introns are seen together. Okay, they are what? Side by side they are seen, and these introns will not be appeared in the mature mRNA. Okay, so mature mRNA means what? From DNA in eukaryotes, what happens? RNA will form, and that RNA formed are known as hnRNA, heterogeneous, okay, nuclear RNA. These are the precursor or the molecule from which the real mRNA is formed. Is it clear? That are known as what? hnRNA. So what is the speciality of hnRNAs of eukaryotes? They are having exons and introns. So this arrangement is known as what? Split gene arrangement. What is it? Split gene arrangement. Okay, so introns and exons are clear. Okay, so two things we have studied here. What all? The difference between structural gene of a what? Eukaryote and prokaryote. Is it clear? In eukaryotes, what is the speciality? They are monocystronic. What is a cistron? The segment of DNA coding for a polypeptide chain. So in eukaryotes, one transcription unit will have promoter site, structural gene and terminator region. In the structural genes, they will have only one cistron. So they are known as monocystronic. Then another difference is what? Another difference is in this monocystronic genes, you can see two different parts. Okay, some part are what? Coding ones, they are known as exons, and the other one is not coding, and they are known as introns. So this introns should be cut. Okay, it should be removed from the mature mRNA, and that process is known as splicing. Okay, splicing, and this arrangement is known as split gene arrangement. Okay, so the introns will not appear in the mature mRNA, and it will be present in the hnRNA, okay, with introns and exons. This intron should be removed by a process called splicing. Okay, so what is that? Splicing. Is it clear? Okay, so that so many things we have studied. Cistron here. Then what difference between a the structural gene of a what of a eukaryotic and prokaryotic? Okay, what is splicing? What is split gene arrangement? Isn't it? And what are exons and introns? So this much we have studied. Okay, so next we are going to study about the types of RNA. So RNA, you know what are RNA? Isn't it? Ribonucleic acids. Okay, so they do many functions. Not only DNA is important for us. Okay, RNAs are also very, very important biomolecules. Okay, so there are mainly three types of RNA. Okay, they are mRNA or messenger RNA, tRNA or transfer RNA, then rRNA or ribosomal RNA. Okay, so let's see what are the major functions of them. These are the major ones. Okay, many other RNAs are also there. So first is what mRNA. Okay, mRNA is the real RNA which is formed from the hnRNA. What is hnRNA? Heterogeneous nuclear RNA. Okay, so this is what formed from DNA. Okay, the RNA formed from DNA is known as hnRNA. This will undergo what? Splicing and form the mature mRNA. And what is its function? They provide the template, means for the formation of polypeptide chain mRNA is needed. Clear? mRNA gives message for the amino acids to join and form the polypeptide chain. Okay, then what is the function of tRNA? tRNA, you know where protein synthesis takes place. We will study in the process of uh, what polypeptide chain synthesis or protein synthesis, we will study in detail. So this polypeptide chain synthesis is taking place, or protein synthesis is taking place where? In ribosomes. Last year you have studied na ribosomes with two subunits, smaller and larger subunit. Okay, so in this organelle this takes place. But this amino acids, how polypeptide chain is formed? By the polymerization of amino acids, isn't it? This amino acids, who will bring this amino acids to the ribosomes? That work is done with the help of tRNA. tRNA picks up the amino acid, depends upon what? Depending on the message from the mRNA. Okay, mRNA is in turn is having the direction from DNA. Is it clear? And this tRNA brings, only it brings, it pickups. Okay, just like a a pick. Okay, they pick the amino acids. Okay, if you are just picking up something from with your hand. Okay, so just like that, this tRNA picks up the amino acid from where? From the cytoplasm. Okay, and brings to where? Brings to the ribosomes. Understood? So that is the function of tRNA. And what is the function of rRNA? rRNA forms the what? Structural unit of ribosomes, and also they do some catalytic role. So I told RNA does the function of catalytic function also it does. Catalytic means what? What is a catalyst? Which helps to get conducted some what reactions, isn't it? So they help in the reaction. So the polymerization of amino acids to form polypeptide chain, that is also catalyzed by rRNA. Okay. Now another difference is in prokaryotes all the RNA synthesis is catalyzed by a single DNA dependent RNA polymerase. Clear? It's RNA polymerase. RNA polymerase. Okay. So a single RNA polymerase, okay, helps in the formation of RNA in prokaryotes. So one more difference I told, what it is? In prokaryotes, the RNA synthesis, rRNA, mRNA and tRNA, all are catalyzed by a single RNA polymerase. Is it clear? Okay. Now, next, okay, in eukaryotes also there are three types of RNAs. Sorry, RNA molecules. They are rRNA, tRNA and mRNA. Okay, you can see that RNA polymerase 1 is responsible. Okay, clearly you learn RNA polymerase 1 is responsible for the transcription of rRNA. Okay, then RNA polymerase 3, okay, is responsible for the formation of, okay, tRNA, and RNA polymerase 2 is responsible for the formation of hnRNA, or the precursor of mRNA. So what you understood from this, there are three different polymerases in eukaryotes. Okay, RNA polymerases are different, okay, which are needed for the polymerization of tRNA, mRNA and rRNA. So all these RNAs are formed from where only? From DNA. Clear? Then another difference, okay, that we have to study. One I told, what is that? Splicing. What is splicing? The process of removal of introns from the hnRNA, so that what they will get converted to a mature RNA is called what? The splicing. That process is called splicing. Okay, now, and this hnRNA, which is formed from DNA, also undergoes two additional processes. One is capping and the other is tailing. Okay, so capping and tailing means, okay, capping means what? No, in the 5' end, okay, in the 5' end, some additional type of, okay, nucleotides known as methyl guanosine. What is it? Methyl guanosine is added, okay, in capping. And in tailing, some adenylate residues, okay, adenylate residues are added to the 3' end. Okay, so these are the what processes. So did you understood? That is in eukaryotes, okay, after transcription, the mRNA, or the RNA formed is known as hnRNA, and this RNA has to undergo a lot of processing. First is what? Splicing. What is splicing? This is the removal of introns. What are introns? The sequences of DNA, RNA, which are not coding for the proteins, are called what? Introns. So introns will be removed. Understood? And then this mRNA, the exons. Okay, this exons and introns are seen alternatively. Okay, one intron, then intron and exon likewise. So all the introns will be cut and will be removed, and all the exons will be joined. So that process is called what? Splicing. Okay, what is it? Splicing. And then other two processes is what? Capping and tailing. What is capping? In the 5' end of the hnRNA. What is hnRNA? The RNA which is transcribed newly from the DNA. Clear? And that will be added by some unusual nucleotides known as methyl guanosine. Okay, methyl guanosine you are knowing, na? Isn't it? And in the guanosine, methyl group also will be there. Methyl guanosine will be added. Okay, and in tailing, what happens? A number of what? Adenylate residues. Okay, adenylate residues will be added to the 3' end of the hnRNA. So that what happens? It will not be. So why this processing is done in RNA? Because you can see that this DNA is located in the where? In the nucleus, isn't it? And then this DNA, from DNA RNA will be formed, and then RNA should come out to the cytoplasm to direct the synthesis of protein. And while coming to the cytoplasm, what happens? There will be lot of enzymes, so RNA should be well protected. So for that purpose, capping and tailing. Okay, so these are two processes whereby the RNA molecule is protected, okay, from the actions of any enzymes, so that without any change, what is synthesized, or what information is got from the DNA will be passed to the polypeptide chain. Okay, so this process is called capping and tailing. Okay, so these are the functions or the processes which hnRNA should undergo. What are they? Splicing, capping and tailing. Clear? Then next two is what? Next, this RNA will be directing the synthesis of polypeptide chain. Okay, mRNA will act as the template. Okay, tRNA brings what? The amino acids from the cytoplasm to the ribosomes here, and then the next one is what? The rRNA, which catalyzes the process of polypeptide formation or translation. Is it clear to you? So many things we have studied. So go through the textbook clearly.